Years ago, when I was still in Washington, I was very shy because being a woman, my face, even in my 20s, my face broke out terribly. And it really made me always keep my head to one side so I would only show the good side of my face. I never looked at anyone in the eye. It was always my head was turning to the left. And that did a lot. So one day, I'm still at the Pentagon having my coffee break, and they didn't have chairs. They just had counters where you could set your coffee. And so I was standing there, drinking my coffee. And after a while, you get to see the same people, and this one woman started talking to me. And she's lovely, and come to find out she was an Army historian. Nowhere compared to where I was. I was so far beneath her in rank. So talking and became more friends. We socialized. Come to find out her side part-time job was running a modeling agency. It was called Kappa Shell on Connecticut Avenue, which was the street to be on. It had the most exclusive shops, the best stores, but it was Connecticut Avenue. So she's trying to get me to go to the school because she was part owner. And I said, modeling, of course. She said, no, you misunderstand. You got to put up your head and look at someone. I said, but my face broke out. She said, well, we're going to break that. So she got me so that I did a little modeling on sport clothes. And she put makeup on me. You wouldn't even notice on a runway. So I earned quite a bit of money doing that. And it did restore my confidence. Somehow or other, my face, I knew how to take care of it and hide it so it wouldn't be so obvious. And she helped me there, and we became more friends. Well, the other owner of the Kappa Shell was an elderly woman who wore these big flamboyant hats of the 20s. She was very, very elegant. I can see why she ran the shop. Well, Gladys, that was her name, Gladys Davis, was the girlfriend that I met at the Pentagon. So when Miss Pearl, when she left, she asked my girlfriend if she'd like to buy and become sole owner of Kappa Shell. So Gladys was very much interested. So one day she approached me. She says, I have a proposition. Would you like to come in with me to own part of that organization? I can't think of the word. To buy Kappa Shell, the studio. And I said, I don't have that money to put anything in. I really did. So, but there was an offer. Had I been able, smarter to wriggle some of the money that I could have been part owner of that. It was a thriving, very well known, very popular in Washington. But now how did I get from that? Oh, I know. She was dating a colonel. And in Washington, there's called a ceremonial command. It's a special unit of Marines. They have to be certain height, rather good looking, and all their duties are that if the president or any dignitary has to be used at a party, at a funeral, they're there to assist if the person doesn't have a husband or an escort. They fill in the escort part. So she had the colonel there. So one day she said, would you like to double date? She said, because there's a fresh lieutenant that just came into the ceremonial command, and he'd like to go to the party that the President Truman, they're going to have for him at Blair House. We didn't go to the White House because the White House was being rebuilt or something to that balcony you see Trump on, that was built during Truman's time because it was falling or something. So you couldn't go to the White House. So across the street in the back of the White House came Blair House, and that was also for dignitaries to stay overnight. There's a place to go. And so I did. She asked me to go, and I had the blind date with that lieutenant. In fact, I think his name is behind there. No, I have it somewhere. I thought in the back there. No, it's not there. I think I must have taken the name out. I have it somewhere, his name. He's of all the list of the Marines, he's down, he's the last one. But anyways, we went, and I bought a special dress, and and so she said, just do what I do, because it's so different. And she said, and another thing, when we go, he's got to be busy. We won't be with him that much because he's escorting. But if you want to go to the party, we're allowed. We had the pass. We got that card there, the invitation. If you notice that little tear in the top, I was throwing it away. My mother salvaged it. I said, oh, you know, it didn't impress me. So, anyways, we went, and that's when they introduced me to, the colonel did introduce me to the president. And then that was the highlight. He was a wonderful man. Wonderful man.